Welcome to my video. This video is an update, and in it I will be revealing to you 3 things that they don't tell you might happen as a result of an extreme weight loss. My goal is to empower you by the end of this video so that once you reach these stages, you know what's happening. You might have an idea of what's going on or how to handle it. So first things first, in the last little while I've gained weight. I decided to gain weight. I gained about 25 pounds on purpose. There were several reasons for this. First of all, what ended up happening was that my face started to get really gaunt. Like, it started to get really skinny and like chiseled, and seeing myself in the mirror kind of made me uncomfortable because, I mean, it wasn't even just my face, my whole body. I was skinny, and it was strange because on the one hand, I really liked what I was seeing. On the other hand, it didn't really feel like me. It was like this really strange feeling of like, I don't know who I'm looking at in the mirror. I knew it was me, obviously, but there was like this emotional disconnect that I just was not recognizing myself in the mirror. It didn't feel like me. What made it really strange was, on the one hand, I was happy with what I was seeing. On the other hand, it didn't feel like me. And on top of that, I had people on social media complimenting me. Everyone was really, really kind and supportive. So that was great. And on the other hand, there were people that were the closest to me that were giving me some cruel remarks, underhanded digs, compliments that were actually just disguised insults. It was actually kind of cruel and abusive. So I was kind of confused. You know, there was a lot happening. Like, it was just very strange for me at the time. So then I said to myself, well, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I've gone too far. Maybe I lost too much weight, so I am really extremely skinny. So maybe that's why I feel like this. Maybe the people around me, maybe I changed so much that they're having a hard time, or maybe, you know, I don't know. It's normal to be jealous sometimes. So I said, okay, let's just, I'll change a little bit to see how the things around me change, right? I decided to slowly gain weight, and to see how I felt about myself, and to see how people responded to me, to see, you know, just kind of like experiment, basically. It took me about 3 months before I started to gain weight. At that point, my body had become so efficient at burning fat that I couldn't gain weight immediately. It took some time for me to start gaining weight. I went to the gym about 3 times a week just to sort of still be in the habit of going. I didn't want to quit the gym at all. Like, I wanted some activity in my life. But I also increased my food intake, and I just kind of ate whatever I wanted or felt like or could imagine. After a while, I gained weight. Now, as I kept gaining weight, it wasn't until about the 20-pound mark that I started to really see a difference. Something to keep in mind is, for me, I'm 6 feet tall, so 20 pounds on me looks a lot different than it would on somebody who's 5'2", okay? So at the 20-pound mark, I just really started to see less definition in like my muscles, and my face slowly started to fill out. By around the 25-pound mark, 25, 28 is when I saw in my face the old me. I saw the fat Irvy, and it was such a strange feeling, that feeling of recognition. But what happened was quite interesting. It was like, when I saw my fat self again in the mirror, I was extremely uncomfortable. It was only then that I really felt true discomfort, because I saw my old self, and it brought back a lot of memories of pain and of sadness and of a lot of the shit that I was going through at the time, like when I was fat and just unhappy. And when I saw myself like filling out in the mirror again, I had a memory of that. I didn't feel sad again, I just had that memory. And then when I recognized the fat Irvy in the mirror again, like creeping through, that's when I was like, okay, you know what? I get it. I am no longer fat, but I just couldn't accept that was my new reality, because I was so fat for so long that when I saw myself skinny, I had no idea what that was like. I had no idea who that new person was or how did I become that person. So that was the thing that I didn't emotionally connect to, was my level of confidence, I guess you could say, is what happened. What became clear to me in that moment was that I just didn't resonate with who that person was. And I think the feelings about when I was, at my lowest weight and not recognizing myself or emotionally connecting to what I was seeing in the mirror, I think that I wasn't conscious of how much I had changed on the inside, how much love and respect I had for myself. And when you're not familiar with that being intrinsically, it's like something inside of you, and when you see it reflected outside, it could be shocking. And that's what happened. So when I saw myself as the fat Irvy again in the mirror, when I started to see that reflection, I was like, no, that's actually not me. And I got and it was just strange to realize that and to have that epiphany. And then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm okay. I get it now. I understand what that is that there's this newfound level of self-love that I never had before. And I treated myself with so much respect that I kind of exceeded my own expectations. And it was that disbelief that actually happened is what caused the I don't recognize myself in the mirror thing. All of this actually ties into how people were also treating me. At the time, there was some kind of funny things going on where I felt like, some of the people closest to me are actually very cruel, and they're hurling insults at me, and they're doing these things that aren't kind of adding up for someone who's supposed to love and care about you, right? So what I realized that the degree that you love yourself and respect yourself, so the degree that you love and respect yourself, that is the standard that you will set for how other people treat you. Okay? That is the standard that you will set for others as well. What happened was, through my weight loss journey, after I got to a certain point, I woke up to the fact that the people around me were actually not my friends. They were actually very cruel and abusive on a very low-key level for an extremely long time. I just didn't see it because I didn't love myself. I didn't respect myself. Through my journey, I did a lot of self-improvement, and I learned to love myself and respect myself. And that started to reflect in my actions, how I ate, what I did at the gym, how I behaved, everything, absolutely everything. What ended up happening is I started to expect that level of care from people around me, and I started to tolerate less bullshit. So what ended up happening was I started to, the better I got to know myself, the more confident I became, the more I saw actually other people's behavior and actions for what they were. And sadly, some people closest to me had to go. It's just that simple. Beyond that, it's not worth discussing. The gist of it all is that the more you love and respect yourself, the more you will expect that from the people around you, okay? Same goes for the opposite. If you notice that people are treating you poorly and are not showing you the kind of love that you want, a good thing might be to ask yourself, why? Why is this happening? What about me is creating that dynamic? That's something worth considering. I strongly urge you to do some reflection on that. And now the third thing. The third thing that happened as a result of this whole journey was that I actually found my purpose. My true purpose in life, which is kind of really amazing, and that is that I want to empower other people. I started this journey and I documented it online because I wanted to motivate people, right? But now I finally understand what that actually means to inspire someone and empower someone. And the feeling that I get from doing that, from sharing my knowledge for helping to improve other people's lives, just by sharing information, is to me one of the most profound things in the world. I mean, I've always known that, but when I now have this reach to thousands of people, and the feedback I get of how people have changed their lives and improved their lives, honestly, it's been one of the most amazing feelings, and it just drives me, and it kind of snowballs this passion, and it's just amazing. I've just been taking a bit of a hiatus to figure things out. I've moved, been doing a lot of things, and sometimes you have to Prepare for what you're about to do so you can do it correctly. And this is what I've been doing, and here we are today. A few weeks ago, I decided that, you know what, I think I really liked being 178, so I'm gonna go back to there, maybe even 177, just why not? Because I really like it, and I liked how I looked, I liked how I felt physically. Now that my emotional side is caught up, I feel really good about going back there, and I'm excited. I've already started it, and I'm down, I think like 10 and a half, 11 pounds or something like that. Let's say 10. I've lost 10 pounds of it already, so I don't have that much more to go. I've given myself until February 1st to reach that goal weight, because I don't wanna stress about it. I don't wanna, I wanna enjoy this. I wanna share my insights with you guys and empower you on your journeys. So that's kind of my primary focus, is I want to create content, I want to educate people, and in the meantime, I just want to, be happy and, just return to my ideal state. That is all for this video. Thank you for tuning in. Leave a comment below if there's a topic that you'd like me to talk about or cover, a question you might have. If it's a really good question, I'll answer it in a YouTube video. And don't forget to subscribe if you already haven't, and I will see you here shortly.